Alrighty. Hello everyone. It's been a minute. 16 game weeks to be exact. But yeah, we're back. New year, new me type shit. Anyway, Merry New Year's everyone and whatnot. Get that out of the way. Just thought, hopefully we'll get some of the lads on in future game weeks for the second half of the season. But just get the ball rolling. I kind of stopped making predictions. So yeah, I'm gonna be a bit rusty first couple of weeks, but I think from around 22 onwards, free money if you want it. I'll be dishing it out. Anyway, get into the predictions. So we'll do a recap of round 19 first quickly. I had Newcastle to win by 2. Nothing really complex against a Burnley side. Newcastle, they've got the players. They just haven't really been performing and getting the results. And not really surprised that they got it there. Wissa started, which was a surprise, I guess. It'll be interesting how that dynamic works with Wissa and Voltemada. But I mean, I think their main player that's got to step up is for sure Tonali. Guimaraes has been carrying that team for a while. And now we move on to Chelsea-Bournemouth. As we know, this was the Mariska nail in the coffin. I had Chelsea to win 3-1 because I thought this is a must-win game for their season. I just had that feeling. I didn't think Mariska would get sacked or leave, but I had just the feeling that if they wanted to really do anything of worthy note, then they would have had to win this game and carry that momentum into the next year. But nope. Could have been 5-5 in the first half, just like chances flying. Bournemouth actually played quite well, so not much more to say other than we'll see how Chelsea do. They got a good run of fixtures. They're still somewhat in the mix, so not for the title, of course, but Anyway, Everton, Forest. I had 1-1. I just thought Forest might finally get a result there. They were favourites. I'm not sure how. Everton have been really good. They might be fighting for a European spot. We'll see how they do. Arsenal, Villa. Yeah, I mean, I thought I was going to go 3-0 just for a kind of vintage performance, but we ended up getting 4 second half goals. Villa did good in the first 15, and then we just controlled the game from that point on. I was wanting to spank these guys because, they were on a 13-game win streak or something crazy, but winning every game by 1 goal, obviously it's like, okay, you got to be able to get the results, and the result is all that matters. But at some point in time, your luck's going to run out, and their luck ran out in plenty. So we'll see how they kind of turn it around. But for us, as a really good result, and obviously with City drawing, that's even better. United Wolves, I don't know what's going on. United 98%, 97% thought that they'd win, and they should be winning that. That's classic United, same old, but they're still somewhat in the European hunt, so we'll see how they continue to do. Wolves are just shit. They're relegated, so but they've been quite unlucky. Polar opposites to Villa. Palace, Villa got this one perfect. I don't know. I just knew it was going to be a low-scoring game. Not much more to say. I didn't watch that one. I watched this one though. I had goals. There were no goals. That was a dead game. I thought Verts actually looked pretty good. Ekitike as well. I thought there was a couple of times that they were unlucky. With not creating a better chance, but they just, there wasn't much in it. Could have seen a 1-0 either way, but I got this one. pretty wrong. I thought Liverpool would show up. They did not show up. Yep, Brentford, Tottenham. These games were dead. Dead. 0-0. Yeah, we can move on to the predictions. All right. So first up, we have Villa, Forest. I originally had 2-1 Villa, but I think, luck's running out, luck's running low, so they used it all up in 2025. Yeah, 1-1. I think Forest, they've always got a goal in them, whether that be a set piece or some counter attack. So I think, yeah, I don't think it's clear cut Villa. If they win, it's probably going to be by one goal, so 2-1. But I'm going to say 1-1 just to kind of go a little bit against the grain. Brighton, Burnley. I wouldn't be too surprised if Burnley get a result, but at the same time, it's kind of got 1-1, 2-1 as well written over it. So I'm gonna put Brighton 2-1. Not much more to say on that one. West Ham, Wolves. I've got a game of the day. I just think, yeah, there's gonna be. I think West Ham, they show promise sometimes, and they can get goals. Paqueta, Bowen, Wilson. So I think they'll get a couple goals, but the defense is going to be a little bit open. Maybe I might be completely wrong, and it might be a 0-0 snooze fest. Wolves have been defending pretty well, but I don't know. I just feel like, Wolves are going to want to try and get a win here. West Ham need the win. This might be really, really bad for them if they don't. Wolves' season's done already, so they'll just be playing for vibes, getting a couple of goals and conceding even more. So that's what I got here. And yeah, next one, just going vintage. I'm going 2-0 again to Arsenal. I mean, it's a pretty safe bet. In all honesty, though, I wouldn't be surprised if Bournemouth make it a really good game, even get a couple goals. Wouldn't be surprised. They are quite a threatening team, and they like to, even against the big guns, just show up and cause some problems. But I mean, if you look at their results, they haven't won a game in probably more than that. So I wouldn't be too surprised if they manage to scrape a draw. But at the same time, it's a game we should be winning. So not much more to say on that. Actually, yeah, Gyökeres needs to score. Otherwise, yeah, I don't know. He could go. I would rather Gabriel Jesus start, to be honest. I think we're a lot more fluid. We have a lot more options. He gets the goal after coming on for a minute. Gyökeres did nothing. Doesn't even look like scoring. Doesn't look confident. So yeah, I would like to see Jesus starting, but we'll see. United versus United. They got 50-50 odds, which is kind of crazy considering they're battling for Europe. They're battling for relegation, sort of. So if I were to put a bet on, I'd put United to win. It's not, you never really know what you're going to get, but games like these, you want to be winning. I think Amarin knows that. After getting a draw with Wolves, it's pretty necessary to get a win here against Leeds. So I think they're going to scrape it. It could be 1-0, but Leeds at home, yeah. So I'm going to say 2-1. Everton, Brentford, two teams on form, 8th v 9th, could go either way. It's Everton at home, though. I think they've been doing really good, so I wouldn't be surprised again if Brentford get a result as well. But, Everton won 2-0 last time out. They haven't been conceding a lot of goals, as you can see here. They did against Newcastle, but since then they've kept it low. So maybe they concede one, but I've gone Everton clean sheet here. Fulham, Liverpool. Liverpool, yeah, I think they need to win this one. They don't. No one needs to do anything really, but I just think after that performance, they're gonna have to get a couple of goals because slot ball isn't looking too promising. Even though, they've been getting results. I just think none of these have been convincing. 2 draws with Leeds. That's not that ideal. You beat Brighton, but they're not very convincing. Tottenham, neither are they, and then only 2-1 to Wolves. So they're gonna want to get the win here as well. Play a little bit better. I think they get 2 goals. Newcastle Palace. Not really sure what to make of Palace right now. They're on a bit of a cold streak right now. And Newcastle are kind of wanting to turn it up a little bit. Yeah, they didn't play well against Manchester. But they obviously got the result against Burnley, and this will be a good test for them. I think they should be winning this, especially at home, especially with the form that Palace are in. They should be winning this. If not, I'm not really sure what to make of them either. So 2-0 Newcastle. I can see this game going either way, to be honest. What are the odds? Am I tripping? Where am I supposed to be looking? What's going on? Oh, they don't have them yet. Okay. Yeah, it could go either way. I would say draw just because I can't really tell. Could be 1-0 Tottenham, could be 1-0 Sunderland. I don't think there's too many goals, maximum 2-1. So yeah, go 1-1. And last but not least, City Chelsea. The game of the game week. So it could really go any way. I mean, you look at City's form and you think, yeah, they've got this one in the bag, but Chelsea, fresh off a sacking, they don't have much to lose and they've got the quality. So we'll see if Palmer wants to show up against his former club. We are going to have to know that, yeah, City will be creating the more chances and probably dominating the game. But how well are Chelsea going to defend? Is Chalobah going to show up, or does he want this manager to be sacked as well? So, I think Chelsea get a goal or two. They could get 2. We'll go 2-2. Why not? Why not lock it in? Yeah, we'll see how this does. See how rusty I am at the Preds. Yeah, no, that'll sum it up. Just wanted to get the ball rolling. Some predictions, a game week review, and hopefully had some of the lads on. But yeah, peace.